I hope you guys are having a great start to your morning so far, or to your day so far, depending on what time you might be stumbling across this video. Excuse my dogs if you can hear them. They're very loud drinkers, clearly. But today I am having so far a slower start to my morning, catching up on some emails, drinking my matcha so that I get a little bit more energy, but did want to go shopping, so I'll take you guys along with me on that. Did plan on going to Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls. I typically don't have the best luck at Marshalls, but hoping to at least find some pieces at TJ Maxx. I am currently looking for picture frames that I can use on a console that I'm trying to style. So I'll show you guys that in a second and kind of my vision with it. Ideally, I would love to completely scrap it and buy new pieces for it, but we're currently renting, and so it doesn't really make much sense to continue buying stuff for this home when ideally, or we might be potentially moving here in the near future. So it doesn't make much sense, but we do love having picture frames around the house. We're one of those, I guess I'm one of those people that just loves to have pictures and just make your home very personalized. So I'm looking for picture frames, and then I'm looking for some warmer pieces. In March, we are traveling somewhere that's gonna be cold and rainy. If you guys can guess where it is, definitely interested to see what your guesses are as far as where we might be going. We're going for my sister-in-law's wedding, and so really excited for that trip, but now it's time to prepare for it since we're slowly creeping up on that. So I want to make sure that I'm getting more jeans because I have a couple, but I want, I guess, a little bit more slim straight so that they can go into my hunter boots without them looking super bulky. And then I'm looking for sweaters as well. With it being a spring transition, like winter to spring transition, I do want to ideally find a couple more colorful pieces that I can wear. And I feel like, oh, I was about to say where I was going, but with this destination, it might be a little bit more colorful and allow me to kind of get creative on that side of things. And I'm currently knitting a couple scarves that are a bit on the colorful side. They're more cool tone, so want to find pieces that are going to complement the scarf so I can wear those while I'm over there. But I'll show you guys the progress I have with the scarves as well. I'm almost done with one, so I'll probably finish that one before I show you guys, and then I might try to do the Sophie scarf. I think it's really cute. But anyways, yeah, let me show you guys what I have so far with the console, and then I'll take you guys along with me to go shopping. Okay, so this is what I currently have. I have this cutting board that I got a while back. I think it might be a Home Goods find, if I'm not mistaken. Same thing with this marble tray or platter, plate, whatever it's called, that I place the candles on. Definitely love like the waxy, droopy look to that. So really happy that have been able to get them to do that. Then this, I think my mom got it for me when she went to Europe. I don't know where. I don't think she's been to Amsterdam, maybe. And then I do have this bowl and a couple coffee table books, a lamp. Can't remember. I think that lamp is from Pottery Barn actually, and then a picture frame. That picture frame originally goes over there. Here's my boy. My beautiful boy. And he knows it. But yeah, so I do want a couple more picture frames. One to replace this one so I can put it back into its original spot. And then one right here. I feel like there's something missing. I don't know. Definitely let me know your thoughts. Maybe completely scrap all of this and come up with something new. Ideally, what I would love is to have a big vase here. I have the exact one in mind. It's from Pottery Barn. It's a brown one. It's massive, and I think it would look so good there, but trying to minimize spending, especially because we're currently renting, and so a lot of the decor that I have in these bookshelves were previously utilized in the console tables and different pieces around the house, so don't want to overbuy for a home that we don't have. So completely meant to say that we don't own. We definitely have this home. We just don't own it and anticipate moving in the near future. Putting on my scarf so I can feel warm whenever I head out because, oh my god, is it freezing here in Atlanta. But yeah, we'll see. I'll bring you guys along. We'll see what cute things we are able to find. Hopefully, again, I'm able to find some cute, colorful pieces that will go very well with one another. Like, I think this blue and this green looks really nice together, similar with the scarves that I'm knitting. They're a little bit colder tone, so looking for a green sweater, some potential spring, especially as we're transitioning to spring, a little bit more colorful pieces, like I said earlier, that will complement the scarves and complement other pieces that I already do have. So yeah, I guess I will see you guys when I get there. Completely lied. Let me walk the dogs first and then we'll head out. Are you coming? Am I just taking your brother out? Oh, no, he's coming. And this is my very casual outfit, by the way. Hi, Bubba. I'm sure some of you guys may say that my outfit's a little extreme, especially for Atlanta weather, but it is 19 degrees outside, so I genuinely don't want to hear it. For anybody asking how the ice storm went, this is the extent of what we got. It's been really cold, but definitely did not get a lot of ice. Guys, we literally just got to our front door and I noticed that my dog was staring off into the distance very intensely. And look what was literally behind us. Alright, we're gonna go to TJ Maxx first. It's really pretty. I'm back. And sorry if I sound very nasally or am breathing really loudly. I am super stuffy, and I think partially that's due to the cold and the constantly, oh my gosh, my hair, the constant switching back and forth from the heat to the cold weather, and partially from talking a lot also. I just feel like I start breathing through my mouth as well. But anyways, I did find a couple things. Did not find any sweaters as anticipated. Did not find anything at Marshall's as anticipated, but did find some good stuff at TJ Maxx. Starting off with the one clothing item that I did get and find. This beautiful drop waist lacy white cotton dress from, where are you from? Monren, I think is how you say it. It's an Australian brand, and it has this beautiful detail on the skirt. Again, it is a drop waist long maxi dress. So shocked I was able to find this. I did stalk them online a bit as far as the brand goes, and they have beautiful pieces, so we'll add them to my search bar whenever I do need to find a little bit more tropical summery pieces and dresses. I find that style of dress really easy to wear when it's really hot because one, cotton is very breathable, but also it just, you always look put together without having to put as much thought into the outfit. So love those style of dresses. And then I did find this gold frame. My intent with these frames, and I'm sure if you're on social media, you may have already seen this trend going around, but doing the fabric matting on the picture frames, I think that looks so beautiful. And so I do want to try that out with both of these. Maybe I'll just do one so it doesn't look a little bit, I don't know, it doesn't look too matchy and on the console table. So my idea, let me show you. Okay, so this is my idea with the picture frames. Kind of fill up a little bit of the empty space, and it's okay to have some empty spots as well, but I don't know. I do think they look cute. I'll wait to get my husband's opinion about them later. And beneath in the little cubby area, I do have a couple albums. Those are the albums that I was talking about earlier about wanting to print a whole bunch of pictures out for, because I do want to fill both of them up with some of our travel pictures. And then I do have some fun albums. These are Polaroids, and this is from our trip to Big Ben. Let me show you some. So this one I made for my husband. I can't remember whether it was for Christmas or his birthday from one of the trips that we took when we lived in Austin. We went and drove over to Big Bend. If you haven't been and you're in the Texas area, 100% recommend. I also got him Shane Gillis tickets. He is a big fan. But it was such a fun trip. We stayed at a camper and we brought both of the dogs as well. And s'mores. We had a really cool rustic fire pit outside of the camper as well. So very, very fun. Beautiful trip. We were able to see the border as well. I forgot the name of the river that crosses by, but that was a really cool experience. Again, if you have the chance to go explore that national park, definitely would recommend. The views are stunning. Like, look at that. We went on a hike as well. We were not the brightest when it came to that hike, considering we did not bring enough water. So midway through the hike, we started getting a little dehydrated, and we ran into a group of girls that were yelling for help. And so we approached them, and we were able to call National Park, the rangers. Apparently there was a guy that went off trail that was having essentially a heat stroke, which was so scary, and we couldn't find him. My husband was able to communicate. I guess the depth of his voice was able to project better along the valley or in between. I don't know, he couldn't hear me or the girls. I guess it's due to the pitch of the tone of our voices, but both him and my husband were able to kind of yell back and forth, and they were able to hear one another. He was actually able to see exactly where the guy was, and so when the park rangers got to us, they were able to help the gentleman. But it was a very scary situation. But besides that, 100%, I'm sure that wouldn't happen to you guys, but I mean, it was really cool to be able to save somebody's life, be part of that. So, but anyways, not to get too deep, then here we have a whole bunch of Polaroids. I still have my Polaroid camera. I have the very thick one. This is pictures of our engagement in Machu Picchu, gosh, when we were babies. And then just cabin trip. We do a yearly family cabin trip as well with some of our close friends and my family as well. It's always such a good time. Then when we went to Napa for my birthday, we definitely both love to travel. In fact, a lot of the times when we are gifting each other something, it's a lot of the times it's an experience. So travel. For my birthday this year, we're going back to Charleston, which I love Charleston. We lived there for a couple of years. And so I'm really excited to be able to go back and go to some of our favorite spots and just kind of relive those moments. Charleston is one of the locations that we are considering potentially moving back to. I know we both haven't been loving Atlanta as much. We've been here for a year, and I think the traffic just does not make it as fun to us. It just kind of seems like a chore going out anywhere. And so for both of us, neither one of us, I mean, we do enjoy being home, but we also enjoy exploring new places and trying out different restaurants, and have found that here in Atlanta, due to the traffic and how long it takes us to get anywhere, we just haven't done that nearly as much. And so we haven't been thriving in that sense, but really excited for what this year and the future have in store for us. Honestly, I think it makes me so happy at the potential of moving elsewhere, moving closer to the coast as well. We are going to Savannah also. That's another destination that we're considering moving to, and they're both kind of similar feel. I've been to Savannah as well. We're going there this weekend to look at different areas and home options just in case that is where we end up going. We have been there, but primarily to the downtown city central area. We haven't explored much of the suburbs or much else to really decide whether that is where we see ourselves being for the next potential 5, 6, 7 onward years. And so we want to make sure that with this move, we are making the right decision. We're not rushing into anything, and we really know exactly where we want to end up so that we can, with this move, purchase our new home. We previously owned a home in Florida. We sold it when we moved to Austin and have been renting since. And so the thought of owning a home again really gets us so excited. Another thing that I wanted to potentially ask you guys for advice is sourdough. So I just recently this year started my sourdough journey. Sorry, how big this sweater was driving me nuts. And it's been about 2 weeks since I started my sourdough journey, and it's doubling and all the things. It's doing the right thing. It's bubbling. So I think she is definitely live for sure. But my problem with it is every time I try cooking with it, it kind of turns out very gummy. So I made some focaccia over the weekend during the freeze, and as you can see, it's definitely gummy. It almost looks like dough, very dense. My husband likes it. I can't get with the texture. It just makes me feel like it's gonna make me sick. And so I don't know what causes that. I thought once your sourdough was good, it was good to make meals with, but obviously I think there's more to that, right? I was doing some research, and one of the main factors could be underproofing your sourdough, and so, or your recipe. I think that's where I may have gone wrong. I was very much so, instead of learning about the consistency that your dough should be once it's proofing and all the things, I was more so focused on following the recipe to the T by like, okay, you're doing your fold and stretches every 30 minutes, I think for the duration of 2 hours. So it was about 4 fold and stretches. And then from there it said, once you're done with your 4 fold and stretches, then put it in the fridge. But I think that's where I went wrong. I didn't leave it out to continue proofing, or I don't know, fermentating. What's the word? Continuing to rise. So yeah, I think I do want to try a couple more recipes. I have been making muffins with them the last batch of muffins that I made, again, kind of had a similar consistency, but a little bit more crumbly. So I do think with both recipes, the muffins didn't say it needed to sit and proof at all. So I didn't let it just sit there to rise. But I'm thinking that might be a big factor on the texture of the muffins. They're still delicious. I mean, I've made 2 dozen muffins at this point since starting my sourdough journey, and because we had the ice storm over the weekend, I was just baking nonstop to keep myself entertained. But yeah, we're down to only 1 muffin left. So clearly they're tasty. It's just the consistency is a little bit off. So would really like to get that down essentially. But yeah, if anybody has any tips on sourdough, if anybody's watching and wants to join me on this sourdough journey and we can learn together, I think that would be really fun as well. Okay, so I just got to my Pilates studio, completely changed and washed my face. If I look a little redder than I did earlier, that's exactly why. But completely lost track of time. Thankfully I did make it on time. I thought I was going to be a couple minutes late, but did not hit any traffic, which is very shocking here in Atlanta. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in, enjoy my class. It is a jump class, which is a little bit more cardio based Pilates, but really excited for it. It's always a great class. But I'll see you guys after. I survived class today. It was definitely an intense session or class. A lot of cardio, a lot of leg, which I can't complain about. I had missed class for a couple of days due to the storm and not feeling well. And so I'm glad I finally got back into the routine of going, and I have classes the rest of the week. So definitely very excited to be back in full force. I am now watching Tell Me Lies, episode 5, and so far it's been really good. I'm 10 minutes in, and I'm interested to see how the rest of the episode goes. I just found out, well, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll probably talk about my thoughts on the next video or on the next vlog if I remember, but that way I don't spoil anything, since I do intend to have this video go live this week, fingers crossed, depending on how quick I am at editing. But yeah, hoping to talk about this episode, and leave me you guys's comment down below you guys' thoughts if you guys are also watching, your thoughts on the episode. I'm curious to kind of build a little community based on Tell Me Lies, somebody besides my sister that I can talk to about this, because it is so good, and not many of my friends, I don't think, are watching this. At least the ones that I talk to regularly, they're not really watching, so I need to debrief sometimes, and obviously my husband could care less, but he'll listen. He just doesn't watch the show, so there's not much that he can comment on. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. After I'm done watching the episode, I'm gonna make dinner, so nothing too exciting for the rest of the night, but really do appreciate you guys spending the day with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If anybody watched, if you didn't, that you completely missed out. But if you watched and you enjoyed and you want to come along my journey for the rest of the year, or continuation of the rest of the vlogs, then definitely go ahead and subscribe. I am excited to see what type of community I'm able to build here, and excited to hear from you guys as well. But again, thank you for spending the day with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.